All right, everyone, this is your program builder or selection of your program. There's a lot going on here, and it's to cater for everyone, and it does cater for nearly everyone. But I want to stress and recommend that I understand that there'll be a lot of beginners, and all you need to do is watch essentially the first minute or two, because you'll be able to select a program that is appropriate to you, and that's all you'll have to do. The rest of it won't overwhelm you. You can watch the rest of it to maybe one day get up to those steps, but I'll start off in the easiest option and what may be the most common. And then the further along I get, the more I am essentially catering to other demographics and less common things, but I'm making sure that everything in here will help someone. And if you're watching it, you will get value from this. So we have a few options. Option number one is choose any of the following program suites that suit you, and then choose the amount of days of that suite based on your schedule and those principles that we spoke about, and then flourish. So you'll see the options here. We've got Jacked Jackson, which is the male hypertrophy programs. This is for dudes wanting to get jacked, body build, upper body focus, still lower body in there. Then the next one's Wonder Woman. That's our overall hypertrophy pack for females. Then we've got the Peach Factory, which is your glute-focused workouts. In the 4-day version of that, you'll actually train glutes 3 times in the week, which is pretty hectic. I rarely do that for clients, but it's in there because people want it. Then we've got the Truly Toned Pack. This is people just after toning. And then we've got the Strong King Pack. That's your male power building, strength training, powerlifting pack. People wanting to get jacked, but also get strong at the big 3 lifts, the squat, bench, and deadlift. Then we also have the Strong Queen pack, which is the same thing, but just slightly more towards those body parts that females typically want to grow. Then we've got Beginner's Luck, and that's where if you are fresh to the gym and these things sort of overwhelm me a bit, all you need to do is come over to the Beginner's Luck program, and they're just down here, and you'll see the 2, 3, and 4-day version. And then lastly, we've got the Lightning Bolt pack, which is you have 0 time and you want to get in and out of the gym less than 45 minutes, definitely, possibly 30 minutes. And to even save time, they're down here. And there's only a 2 and a 3-day version, because if you need a 4-day version, then you should probably do one of the other programs and you can superset. There will be a superset tutorial in there because that's how you're going to get in and out of the gym so quickly and get the same amount of work in. All right. And how to select one of these programs is you would click the program, click the down arrow, you would go copy to existing spreadsheet, and then copy straight to that home spreadsheet that you made at the start. And you'll notice that in each program is built out. And then if we come over here, each exercise that I put in there has a link of me explaining how to do it. You can just pluck out a program from here, know what days you're training on, know what to do, and then how to do it. Everything's done for you. Done. You've got it. All right, let's go to option number 2, which is take whatever exercises you are already doing and that are already in your notes. This is for those notes kings and queens that, oh yeah, no, I've got a program. I write what I do in my notes and I record like the weights in there. It's very flaky, but kudos to the effort of even writing it in your notes. So what we're going to do is you're going to get what you're doing, or whatever training structure or other program, or this is even for people who download program templates off of the internet, and those people don't even give them somewhere to track. It's ridiculous. It's like the whole point of a program. You need to list of exercises, and then we need to see weekly progression. If you don't do this bit, then the list of exercises eventually, very quickly, will become pointless. So you can grab what you're doing and you're going to put it into either one of these templates. There's the beginner template. Very simple. You put your split, whatever split you're doing up here. So you would just go, lower and it would turn green. And to make it turn red, you would just say off. And then you would put the focuses of those days. So if the first day was upper, you would then go and put upper in here. Then you would write in your exercises and then how many sets and reps. I would recommend 3 sets of 8 to 12 on a general scale. And this is where you could enter your weights and your total reps. And then once you've done that, you'll be able to see your progression. So next week you want to get 20 reps, and if you beat it by even just a rep, it'll turn green. So you're trying to get, of your exercise list, green progression. Sometimes you might actually go heavier and you might get less reps, which is fine if it turns red, but you have done a weight progression, either or. And then lastly, we've got the advanced template, which is simply the same thing, but with tempo and RPE. The advanced template is for people who already know what those are, so there's no need to explain it. It's just there if you want to use it and also track your RPE. Cool. Then we come to option number 3. You can choose any one of these. I've got to flash them on here. Bang, look at all them. You can choose any one of those programs and then sort of tinker around with it. So you can, if the leg extensions are there and you want to do the leg press instead, swap it out, but you like the rest of the structure of those programs. Done. Number 4, build your own program. So this is if you've got nothing, you've got no structure. You don't want to choose one of those original structures because you're actually motivated to learn how to build your own program and learn why this would be important. This is where, you might have a bit of experience in the gym, but you want to add things like these random Instagram movements that you've seen that you think are good. This is your chance to build structure around that and start progressing from it. I'm going to use this example here, just a random example, and then I'm going to use this program builder so you can follow along and the instructions make more sense, and then you can do this for yourself. Recommend even doing it alongside what I'm doing. So the instructions on the left, you might have to answer some of the things over here, and then you can just use this template down here. So we have a 25-year-old female uni student who can train 3 days a week and can't spend more than an hour in the gym. Has been in and out of the gym for 6 months, wanting to stay consistent with the plan, wants to get strong, has a lower body focus, wants to get better at bench press, and then having cable kickback that her gym friend recommended to her. So there's a bunch of constraints, and it's very easy to just incorporate all of that into your own programs. Number 1. So remember those overarching principles that we spoke about before we start writing in what we're doing? Does it fit your schedule like the iPhone case? Both days and durations. We can see that this person is going to do 3 days a week and can't spend more than an hour in the gym. Done. She's identified how much she can actually do in the week. She's not going to program for any more than that. Do you enjoy it? So does it contain things you get around? And this is where we're going to add in that movement that her friend recommended to her. And then does it suit your training experience? So she's been in and out of the gym for 6 months, and I'll add it in there as well. She's comfortable enough to put this cable kickback that she's never done before in there. Most of them will probably be machines. Cool. Number 2, consider goal and focuses. So if you're a female and you want more of a lower body focus, naturally you would do more lower days than an upper. It's very simple. So you could do both examples I'm going to give here, training 3 days, but first example, female has more of a lower body focus. So there's 2 days there dedicated to that and only 1 on the upper. Whereas we do the converse, typically a male has more of an upper body focus. So simply we could swap that around to upper 1, lower, upper 2. So just naturally by the training split, which is just how we're organizing it in the week, that's how we might select the focuses of the days and more in shape of our goals. Or if you're a powerlifter, you can go squat day, bench day, and then deadlift day. Done. And that's what we can revolve the focuses around. So for this person, we're going to do lower 1, upper, and lower 2. And I've given just the only really rule you need to worry about when writing your own program. Generally give a muscle group 48 hours to recover, so at least 1 day in between. So you wouldn't do lower and then lower because all of those major lower muscles are recovering. You don't want to hit it again. So that's why we can do lower and then upper consecutively, rest, or you can even, if you wanted to, put the lower there because that would be a rest for those lower body muscles. You're going away that weekend, you can cram all those 3 days in here, or you can move this over here, whatever. So we've got our split now. Come over here, right in the split, done. Right in focus day on headings. Okay, cool. So now we're into the template. So I'm going to put in lower 1, upper, lower 2, or it could be further down the week. or this upper could be there. It doesn't really matter. It could be over here. You want 3 days. The lesser days you have, the more flexible it is and the more you can rearrange your week. But always try and do them in order. Cool. So now I'm just going to write in the focuses. Lower one, upper, lower 2. Done. Awesome. Next one, start populating with anything. This is why the program is more important than the magical exercises that you see on TikTok, or this is a fat burning exercise, or if you do a little bit more band, your glutes will grow better, or you have to do 10 push-ups after every bench press set for your bench numbers to go up. There is no secret movement. The only thing that is going to give you epic progression is doing the same thing over and over for a specific amount of time, 6 weeks, and then making sure that you're progressing. What did I do last week? Okay, I'm going to beat that. That's the secret, not the movements that are in here, which is why this says anything. So you can put anything you want in there. But, if this is a lower body focus day, then I'm going to put lower body exercise in there. And I'm going to start with the thing that I probably want to grow more. So hip thrust. And this is where we're going to use the exercise database. We've got a list of exercises and we've also got what muscle group they are. So what you can do is, rather than just type in the things, you can, if you already know it, let's say you want the hip thrust, we can scroll down here, it's here. And it also has a link of the how to do the exercise. This is why I think this course is extremely valuable, because it tells you the answers, it tells you down to the technique, the sets, and the reps. What days of the week. It tells you exactly what to do. Nothing is left blank or up for the imagination. You know what to do exactly. So if you want the hip thrust, you would just go Command C, copy, come over here, and then you would plant it in here. Paste. Done. Or you could take the recommended sets and reps, which in case just do all of that, which is why it's formatted like that. Bang, pasted all of it in. And this is how we can start to build a program. I won't grab the other ones, but let's just go, leg extensions, hamstring, curl. I'll generally write them, lateral raises. You can even put upper body stuff, like just some arms as a sprinkle at the end of the lower body. So upper, we have as part of her example, she wants to get better at the bench press. So that's probably going to be, logically, on my upper body day, and it's probably logically going to be first. Done. And then there's only one more sort of constraint here, which in number 2, it also gets you to do. So bench press, cable, kick, back, lower, focus. Just things that we want to remember when we're writing it. I'm just grabbing this from this. And the only one there left is cable kick back. And I might make that the first thing of my second lower body day. And then I can put other stuff in here. Split, squat, some sort of split squat, more quads, hamstring. I just think muscle group first, which is another way you can use this. Instead of looking at the specific exercise, let me find a quads exercise. I can come down here, find quads, okay. Barbell squat. No, I'm not ready to do a barbell squat. Okay, let's go down. Something down here randomly. What's down here? Quads, heel elevated goblet squat. Okay, so that actually is more of a beginner type squat. That's actually the easiest type of squat. Or we've got the hack squat here, machine squat. That one's pretty heavy, just without no weights, but you can do it. It's very easy to jump into. Or you can come up here and click the filter, click everything except quads, and then it'll show you all of the quad exercises, and then you can just pick one of them, and then you can get rid of that filter again. There's so many ways you can use it. This column here shows you the main muscle group, and then the column on the left is more of a secondary or equally primary muscle that is being involved. So some, yes, use 2 muscles at once, like the squat's a good example of the glutes and the quads. Cool, so I'm going to populate this out now. I'm going to do 3 sets for everything, and then if I can't think of anything else, I'm going to do 3 sets of 12 for everything. Cool. So now you can see everything is populated. Done. I have my program. Obviously, you'd write proper exercises in there. I've got my split. All I need to do is now rock out each day and then record my weight and my reps. I quickly explained before, but put whatever weight, 21, and then next week you're trying to do that same weight, and then hopefully you beat it. And if you get 36 reps, done. You've beaten it. Green. Cool. Progression. That's what we're after. And then if you get heaps of reps, then you can go up in weight next time. If we want to take this a step further and go, okay, have I really got my lower body focus or any muscle groups such as glutes that I want to make sure that I've got enough work in there for? Cool. So that's when we can come over here to this little mini arrow, this mini arrow here. Bang. Okay, now this tells us what muscle group is being populated in the sheet. If we come down here and write the muscle group for it, hip thrust, glutes, just for G, leg extensions, quad, Q, just for quads, hamstring, H for hamstring, lateral raises, a shoulder exercise, S, and I do all of them for everything, chest, back for B, chest, back, come down here, glutes, quads, hamstrings, and then the only weird one is biceps. So if you have a bicep curl in here, instead of B, you have to type BI. Done. And now if I come up here, I can see my muscle groups and then what's populated. Let me move myself down. I've got 6 sets of chest, 6 of back, 3 shoulders, 9 glutes, 6 quads, 6 hamstrings, 3 biceps. So that's obviously upper, lower focus with even more in glutes. So I know that's my primary one. Fantastic. I'm not worried about triceps and I'm not worried about lats. Or if I am worried about triceps, that's when I can come back and go, okay, let me put a tricep one in there. Done. T, 3, bang. Okay, now I'm happy with that amount of work. The last thing on this person's thing, they don't want to spend more than an hour in the gym, which is I would not do any more than 4 exercises. That means you can definitely get yourself done within an hour. Done. And then you can go ahead and highlight these bad boys if you don't want to look at them anymore. And then click hide rows. Gone. Same for this one over here. Hide column. Gone. And now it's a neat program with all the things that I've put in there. I love movements, the amount that I want to do, everything. You've created that from scratch. It's perfect for you. And then these are just final notes to check that it is correct for you. So put large movements such as a deadlift at the start. That's what we want the most amount of energy for. We don't want putting deadlift at the end or hip thrust at the end on something that we want to perform well on. 3 sets of 8 to 12 if you can't think of anything other than that. That's a good rule of thumb. Reps also don't matter at all. You can do anywhere between 6 and 30 reps. Use volume, meaning the amount of sets per muscle group, just to see if you like the spread or you want less or more of something. Or you can even not even write exercises. You can just do volume first, build out the program, and then fill in exercise last. And then here, generally 4 exercises will get you done an hour or less. 5 exercises will get you done 1.5 hours or less. And then if you are in a rush and you need to superset things, I would choose one of these pre-made ones, or you can build it, and I'll sort of show you how supersetting is, because sometimes it's hard to program supersetting. Okay, that is either how to choose a program, write in what you're currently doing into a program template so that you can use the structure and progression of it, tinker around with a pre-made one, and lastly, build your own program. I hope this helps.